More NFL draft coverage year-around, by the way. Hit that sub button. NFL Kiper has updated his latest 2025 NFL draft. Big board, as always. We are here to break it down. The good, the bad, the interesting, the surprising, and whatever else. Fits the in-between category there. No surprise here at number 1, Travis Hunter, the wide receiver, SL cornerback, the top player on Nell's board that has not changed. He had previous updates just a couple days ago, but it's all been pretty consistent. With Hunter at number 1, Abdul Carter is at number 2. Certainly, if you weren't paying attention to him in the CFP, he was pretty darn good. He really got his game upgraded down the stretch this past season, and I think whether he goes to, we'll see what the quarterback stuff is. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but Carter's got a real chance to be the first, if the count Travis Hun, his receiver or not. Pure defensive player off the board. Michigan defensive tackle Mason Graham. Number 3, he was a little bit down in terms of the production. From a sack perspective, I would also point out Michigan not having to face a bunch of passing offenses with the way they were playing probably negatively impacted them. I think there is a drop-off after Hunter and Carter down to Mason Graham, quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, number 4. Mel has always been a fan of Shedeur. He also called him the locked-in like number 1 pick this time a year ago when he went back to school, or which I never really bought. But he's accurate. He is an executor of your offense. If you want someone to do what the coaches want, to put the ball in the right place more often than not. He's very good at that. Does take too many sacks, though. And then Mel going 4 and 5, the quarterbacks here. Cam Ward out of Miami. Look, I'll be honest. I think the quarterbacks are getting the position bump here. I've got real concerns on both of them. Ward's got the gunslinger, too, in a positive and negative way. Sometimes he holds the ball a lot longer than I'd like. There will be some reckless decision, but he's a creator in a way that sure Sanders isn't always. There's different pros and cons to both guys. Think you can make real arguments for both of them to be the number 1 QB in this class. So pick your QBS for Shedeur Sanders or C for Cam Ward. Let me know in the comments section. Pin comment, actually, of today's show. If you had to take a quarterback in this class, who would it be? We'll make it the pin comment on today's video. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, it's fine. Ignore it. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Another Michigan man coming in here at number 6. That is a quarterback. Will Johnson M time with injuries. I am a little curious just how fast he tests. The toe injury is going to be a key part of his evaluation. But this is a really, really good cornerback prospect who I think was a pretty safe bet for a top 10 pick. At minimum number 7 is Ashton Jency. Now he might not go number 7 or higher. You'll see what the Raiders end up doing at quarterback, if they can figure one out. They're a prime destination to take Genty. Incredible year for Boise State. Not the biggest guy, but incredible contact balance, made guys miss. Had a great game against Oregon, by the way. Against a good defense there. Positional value is a very valid question mark. But Genty is a very, very special player. T. McMillan, number 8. The wide receiver kind of got some T. Higgins vibes. We're like Higgins, especially like his body control is really impressive. McMillan moves better than you think, for his size isn't actually as good in just like straight-up contested catch stuff, given his size. But he gets open, and I think he's a really, really clear-cut potential wide receiver 1, and wide receiver 1 for this class. Jayan Walker, who is he's a bit of a tweener. Being honest here, I wonder if he's big enough to hold up full-time at edge, if he's overall athletic enough to hold up full-time at off-ball linebacker, like in coverage and stuff. Let him do both. Frankly, I think he's at his best. moving north and south, or specifically north. I would like to continue to find ways to do that. I think, like guys, remember, Jamie Collins, he's not quite as big as Jamie Collins. I think that could be what type of player you're getting. Number 10, Kelvin Banks. The offensive tackle, there's some run game inconsistencies, but I think he does a pretty good job in pass protection, more often than not, acknowledging that the Steve Sarkisian Texas offense kind of hides the offensive line a little bit more frequently. He didn't get beat very much, just really the one sack out in 15 starts. Will Campbell. There are times I don't love him at tackle. I wonder if he's a better interior offensive line option of note. Both Campbell and Banks are going to have to deal with potential